What is going on, everybody? Zeke here from Zeke Fishing Pro, and today, as you can see, we have the glorious Rogue River behind me, and today we're going to be talking about the Oregon sport fishing regulations for 2023. Guys, I've been waiting for this video for a long time. I know you guys have too. It's 2023, baby. We're kicking the year off with a bang. So without further ado, let's get started. Different. As you can see, I got it pulled, the ODFW Oregon Sport Fishing Regulations 2023 pulled up on my phone, and I'm recording on my phone, so you guys are going to be able to follow along with me as you grab your books. So grab your books and let's get started. So first thing I want to discuss is the free fishing days. So guys, get out, mark your calendars for the free fishing days. So guys, the free fishing days are February 18th and the 19th, June 3rd and 4th, and November 24th and 25th. So guys, mark your calendars. Again, I'm gonna say it again, February 18th and 19th, June 3rd and 4th, and November 24th and 5th. Guys, mark your calendars. If you guys wanna get somebody new into fishing or somebody who's never done it before, go out on these free fishing days. It's a great way to get somebody into fishing. Let's take our book here, and I just wanted to say all of the new stuff is highlighted in yellow. The first thing in the book is the license information, and there's a new highlight that says "See exception for wild steelhead harvest in the Rogue South Coast area" on page 35. And then on page 7, there's a section right here that says the Rogue South Coast steelhead validation. There's some stuff on there, and then about the Rogue South Coast wild steelhead harvest tag. Some new stuff on there. And then if you zoom in right here, there's license tag and permit fees. There's new stuff. I think there's new payments. Either they rose it or dropped it. I'm not entirely sure. Scroll down. As you can see, there's Addicted Fishing right there. If you guys aren't a fan of Addicted Fishing, go on YouTube and look up their channel. They're one of the most popular fishing channels in the Pacific Northwest, and they are absolutely awesome. That's Nick Popov right there. He's one of the guides in the Pacific Northwest, and he's great. And guys, we're having to deal with the elements today. It's windy and it's cloudy. I apologize for the lighting, but so on page 25, there is a section on pike minnow. Finally, there's a section on pike minnow. And if you guys have fished in the last year or so, you know that pike minnow have really become a nuisance in the Pacific Northwest. They eat the baby trout, salmon, and steelhead. And now they finally put a section in the book that says "Catch, Cash, Save Salmon." And it's Northern Pike Minnow Sport Reward Program that says the Northern Pike Minnow Sport Reward Program pays anglers $6, $8, and $10 for each qualifying pike minnow caught within the program boundaries. Specifically tagged pike minnow are worth $500. Top anglers have earned more than $100,000. Find rules, regulations, and registration info at pikeminnow.org. Guys, that's in the link in the description if you want to check that out. Again, that's on page 25 of the book. So page 27, there's a new, I'm just gonna repeat this a bunch because they've changed the regulations for the bass in streams. There's no limit and there's no minimum length in the streams. So if you catch a bass, a largemouth or a smallmouth, whatever it may be, there's no minimum size and there's no limit. All right, moving right along to the Northwest Zone. In Lake Creek, there is a new regulation open for hatchery steelhead January 1st through March 31st and December 1st through 31st. And then in Lost Lake, there is another regulation. All landlocked salmon are considered trout. I'm not sure what that means, but that's what it says. And in the Nesuka River and Bay, there is a new regulation that says closed, including Clarence Creek Pond, and that's tributaries to the river sections not listed. I'm not sure what that means. You might have to do a little bit more additional research for that. Moving right along to next highlight is in the page 34, and it's in the southwest zone, and it's salmon and steelhead. It has a little note here that says see new Rogue South Coast steelhead angling regulations on page 35, which is the next page. And it again lists the stream regulations for bass. There's no limit right there. Catch a bass, you can keep it. So moving on to the southwest zone in the bodies of water, there's a lot of new stuff here, so I'm gonna do my best to go over it. In Brush Creek, it's open for hatchery steelhead January 1st through March 31st and December 1st through 31st. And in the Chetco River, this is the big one, guys. Open for steelhead January 1st through March 31st and December 1st to 31st. Same regulations for the past like 3 bodies of water I've mentioned. And then it says for the Chetco River also, wild steelhead may be harvested 1 per day and 3 per season. And that goes back to see page 35. And then above Nook Creek on the Chetco River, it says open for steelhead January 1st to March 31st and December 1st to 31st. Wild steelhead, maybe same thing with the steelhead regulations there. In the Elk River, it says open for steelhead January 1st through March 31st and December 1st, 31st. I'm just gonna repeat a lot of things here. And in the I'm not sure how to say that name. Let me zoom in here on my phone. If you guys know how to pronounce that one, the Earcurrot Creek, I'm doing my best. Same regulations for steelhead and wild steelhead there. And in Hunter Creek, same regulations there for the wild steelhead. Klondike Creek to Fall Creek, it says wild steelhead over 24 inches may be harvested January 1st through March 31st and December 1st to 31st. Same regulations goes there. And for the wild steelhead as well. And then same regulations for 400 foot above the Illinois Falls to Pomeroy Dam. And moving right along the southwest zone, there's some more new highlights here. It says tributaries from mouth to Lone Rock Slide. There's new regulations there. Just more tributaries and regulations for different bodies of water in the southwest zone for Lone Rock Slide, Soda Springs Dam to Slide Creek Dam, main stream and tributaries above Slide Creek Dam. And then we have the Pistol River, same regulations for steelhead and wild steelhead. Then the Rogue River. Guys, you want to listen to this one. Rogue River is a big body of water. It says wild steelhead over 24 inches may be harvested February 1st through April 30th. 1 per day, 3 per season. Then it says mouth to Hog Creek boat ramp. Same thing on the Rogue River. It says wild steelhead over 24 inches may be harvested January 1st through April 30th and December 1st through 31st. 1 per day, 3 per season. Then moving right along to the Sixes River, it says open for steelhead January 1st through March 31st and December 1st through 31st. Same regulations for the steelhead there. And then Edison Creek to South Fork, same regulations for the steelhead there. And the same regulations for the Windshuck River. All right, quick intermission. You guys know I had to bring a rod, so I'm gonna make a couple casts at the famous Dadgum spot. Me and Cameron, good friend of mine, named it this spot Dadgum, just because we've caught so much fish here and it is an awesome spot. So I got a little yellow rooster tail tied on. We're gonna make a couple casts. All right, nothing over here. I'm gonna bring you guys over there. There's another spot. Let's see if we can catch somebody over there. Okay, we made it. I'm gonna set you guys up right here. No fish. We're done. All right, guys, quick intermission here. As you can see, I'm back at the house in the garage, and we got a little bit of some new setups here. Got a cool little cutthroat trout painting or drawing right here in a frame. That looks really cool. I got that at a flea market. Quick intermission here. I just wanted to say something super exciting that has happened in December, actually. So the ODFW sends a monthly email every single month of just some new highlights of things you can do, opportunities to go fishing, free fishing days, things you could do with crabbing, catching salmon, just new stuff for the year. I got the email for December, which is the Christmas one, obviously. And I'm scrolling down here. As you can see, there's stuff about the fishing license, just some cool pictures about the shellfish there, mussels, razor clams, Dungeness crab, and more. And we have some hunting stuff on there. We have wildlife area parking permit, waterway access permit, conservation stamps, Oregon Conservation and Recreation Fund donation, and then the Beaver State podcast. It's a podcast you can listen to. So I was scrolling through down here, just looking at regular stuff. Scroll down, and that's me. I am in the ODFW email for the month of December. So guys, if you didn't know, there's some information in the link in the description. I'm gonna talk about it here in a second. There's some information about how you can enter the catch of the month, and it's just a fun way to engage with the anglers in Oregon. And you can go on the website where it says submit your photo now, and submit a photo of your picture of a salmon or whatever the fish might be, an exciting fishing trip you had, whatever. They will take it into consideration and possibly put it on the ODFW email, and that's exactly what happened to me. So it says, catch of the month photo showcase. Zeke Pemberton landed this nice wild king on the Rogue River near Agnes recently. Nice catch, Zeke. So the first time I saw that, I was absolutely stoked out of my mind. I practically did scream like a little girl. No, I definitely didn't do that. But anyway, if you guys don't know what that fish is from, it's from my king salmon fishing trip that we did with Brian Lesney, a good friend of ours from church, and my dad. If you haven't seen that video, in the corner right up here, or you can go in the link in the description and check it out. That's an awesome video, my most popular video. Just wanted to share that with you guys. It's absolutely insane that I'm on the ODFW email. So guys, if you want some information to submit a photo that you took of a fish or a cool adventure, go onto the website where it says submit your photo now, and you have to fill out some forms, online forms of if your fish and picture meets the requirements that they have. So one last quick thing, just wanted to show some Christmas presents that we got. So I got my dad for Christmas, since he had a, where is it? Had this rod. He's had this rod forever. It's a Shimano Sienna, and it's a really nice 6'6" medium power fast action rod. Just a Shimanos are always great. Nice cork handle. And he's had this reel on here and a couple reels, and this one's pretty broken. The back drag isn't working. It's not the greatest reel, and as you can see, it's really beat up. So for Christmas, I got him a really nice spinning reel to go with that. And of course I had to get the KastKing, because I love KastKing right now. I got him the KastKing Royal Legend 2, and here it is. If you guys aren't familiar with KastKing, they're an amazing company. Makes great looking spinning reels. This thing is as smooth as butter, and it's red and black, and it really matches the red on Dad's rod. So yeah, awesome reel. Hopefully he's gonna use that in the future, and he really likes it. I also got him these little clippers that attach to your belt and has a little string that goes back into there, and you can clip to your belt, because he keeps using his teeth, and yeah, I don't want him to use his teeth anymore. So another thing we got, Dad, we all pitched in to get him a really nice fillet table. It has a sink down there that can go into the trailer, or a direct hookup with a hose right there. And it's a super high table. It goes up to like my chest and Dad's chest too. So we won't be able to break our backs every time we go to fillet a fish. So of course I got a bunch of lures for Christmas, a bunch of new frogs, and a bunch of stuff from Bass Pro, but I'll leave that in my bag. I won't get that out. So without further ado, let's get back to the river. Moving right along to page 43. Same regulations for the bass in the Willamette zone, in the Willamette River. To page 47 in the Willamette zone again. In the Santiam River, Little North Fork, it says open for coho salmon January 1st through August 31st, excuse me, and October 15th through December 31st. Next page on page 48 in the Willamette zone, In the St. Louis ponds, it says April 1st through September 30th, open 6 a.m. to 9 a.m. to 1 bass per day, 10 crappie per day, 2 channel catfish per day. And just when they open, they've changed their openings. And October 1st through March 31st, open 6 to 7 p.m. So that's it for the Willamette zone. Now we come to the Central zone. Same regulations for the bass in the streams. And then it goes to Lake Billy Chinook to Benham Falls. No harvest of rainbow trout over 20 inches. Then we have the Fall River above Fall River Falls. Wow, that's an interesting name. Open all year, fly fishing only, barbless hooks required. Wild rainbow trout must be released. Then we have below River, Fall River Falls. Why did they name it that? Open May 22nd through September 30th. Fly fishing only, barbless hooks required, and rainbow trout must be released. Moving right along to the Central Zone, page 54. Mentolius Pond, open May 1st through October 31st. Then we have the Wickiup Reservoir, no idea where that is. Then we go have the Northeast Zone, same regulations for the bass. Again, I'm not gonna repeat it, it just says the same thing over and over again. So it says the John Day River, open all year for bass, catfish, and other warm water fish. Man, it is windy, hook's gonna blow away. So the Southeast Zone, same regulations for the bass. And it says in the Wood River, it says open April 22nd, this is on page 64. Catch and release rainbow trout, 2 brown trout per day, and includes Petrick Canal. In the Columbia River Zone, this is another big one, guys. This has a little note here in the description, says the Columbia River Zone includes Camas Slough, I'm not sure how you say that, downstream of the Highway 14 bridge and the eastern tip of Lady Island. And not much changes to the Columbia River Zone. Now we come to the Marine Zone. This is quite an exciting one. On page 82. So they finally added the green crab to the identification. And if you don't know what a green crab is, here's a picture of one. I caught it last year. And they are an invasive species to Oregon. So it says 35 limit of any size or sex. And then they added sea stars at the bottom there, page 82. No harvest allowed, take of sea stars is prohibited, and the season is closed. So basically, do not touch the starfish. Do not touch Patrick.
It's a giraffe!
So we're almost coming to a close here, and it has a little note in page 90, the angling tag location codes 248, 249, the Chetco River, oh wow, wind just blew my page away. The Chetco R and Bay up to Nook Creek, and the Chetco R Bay up above Nook Creek. So now we come to my favorite page, the native and introduced fish species. So they haven't changed it. We have rainbow trout, red band trout, coastal cutthroat trout, west slope cutthroat trout, Chinook salmon, coho, kokanee, steelhead, bull trout, north pike minnow, bull trout, migratory, white sturgeon, green sturgeon. Introduced fish species is largemouth and smallmouth bass, yellow perch, walleye, American shad, striped bass, black bullhead, channel catfish, brown trout, brook trout, lake trout, Atlantic salmon, black crappie, red ear, sunfish, and bluegill. And we have the rockfish. I love going over the rockfish. They're so cool looking. So same regulations for all the rockfish and the same regulations for the yellow eye rockfish. No harvest at any time. And once again, I'm gonna go over the identification of a coho and a Chinook salmon. So a Chinook has a black mouth, and with a coho salmon, they have more of a gummy white mouth. Very easy to identify them. Any of you new fishermen out there that are new to the river, new to catching trout, here's how to identify a stocked or a hatchery fish. So the hatcheries will clip the fin if it is hatchery. And if it doesn't have its adipose fin clipped, then it is wild. That's what this little fin right here is, the adipose fin. If it's clipped, then it's hatchery. If it's not, it's wild. So the final page of the book, excuse me, my voice cracked, wow. The final page of the book, clam and crab identification. So we have the regular regulations for the clams there. You have the red rock crab and the Dungeness crab. And down here we can finally see the green crab. And it says European green crab, no non-native invasive crab, 3 bumps between the eyes, 5 spines on each side of the carapace. So they can kind of look just like a dark crab. Well guys, that is the end of this video. I always look forward to filming this, and I figured we spice it up at the river. So to have a little bit more of a background, and it really does fit for this book. If you guys don't have this book, you can get it at any outdoor store near you, and it's free. So guys, I hope you enjoyed this video. I always look forward to filming this, and we filmed it at the river, so this was kind of exciting. So if you enjoyed this video, make sure to click subscribe and also hit the like button. It really does a ton. I've been working my butt off with school and work, so it's kind of hard for me to post this video. We'll post other videos, but 2023 is here. I'm so excited. We got some epic plans for this year. I think we're going back to Lake Siskiyou. Maybe we're going back to Lake Siskiyou. I'm not sure. We might go to Vancouver, Washington and stay at a cabin. No promises. We have some plans. So guys, if you enjoyed this video, make sure to click subscribe and also hit the like button. It really does a ton. Without further ado, I will see you guys on the next adventure. Thanks so much for watching. Catch 'em like a pro, and I'll see you all later.